Hi chums. Saturday morning, about 10 o'clock. The sun's just come out. We're a quick little run round the greenhouse. These are the gardener's delight. And I'm going to have to video from here because the sun's coming in against me there. So the gardener's delight, as you can see, I'm stripping leaves off because blight. The blight is really bad this year. It's earlier now, August, okay, it's the end of August, but it's normally September when the tomatoes really get hit. But they're getting hit hard. But as you can see, nice long trusses, and most tomatoes good. I'm losing about maybe 5% to rot, and what's happening is I'm looking on the floor here to see if I can see a tomato is doing it, but it's not. I don't see any. The neck of the tomato, if we look at a tomato here, like that one there, say, in here, where I get my finger into the view shot here, right, there we go. In here, just that little green thing where it hangs onto the plant, it's going grey and watery and rotting and falling off. So that's happening to some of the tomatoes, not the gardener's delight, but it's happening to the other ones I like, Fantasio, which I really want to do well because they look lovely. Those are Sweet Million. They're not doing as well as I thought they would do. Those are Mascota, which I made a mistake with. Those are supposed to be in a hanging basket, but it didn't say in the packet they were for that. They just assumed you knew, so that's that. These ones here are Luciola, and as you can see, they're a little, let's get the camera in the right position. They're a little plum tomato, and they're coming on. They're very beefy. There's not a lot of juice in them, so they look like a small sauce type tomato. And we've got a little bit of joy here. These are jalapeno, and you can see that. Where are we at? If I can get, there we go. Little chilies coming now. They're a bit discoloured in places, but what can you do? It's the end of the season. Cucumbers. Gary, your Japanese cucumbers have been doing really well, and my problem now is keeping up with them because they're coming on really well. I've discovered you don't let them get too big. That's about maximum size there now. That's about 10 inches long, so that's about maximum. They kind of lose their taste over that size, but underneath, from that up to that size, they certainly do have that salty sort of taste, which I quite like. These ones here, Market More, very good. These are doing really well, and those are just in prime condition now. So as you can see, loads and loads and loads of those. So I'm happy with those. Over here, there's some lettuces I've brought inside as I found them for last hooray, and they're doing pretty well. I've put them into big pots compared to what I normally use, and I think next year I'll be using that size of pot in future. That's about a 6-inch pot. What do we see? I didn't tell you better now if I can get this tape out with one hand. Right. That's, yeah, 6-inch pot. So that seems to be doing well. So I put them in from a 2-inch pot into a 6-inch, and skip the 4s just to see what would happen, and it seems to be working pretty well. They're coming on nicely. The problem with the cucumbers is, cucumbers, what do you call those things? Lettuces. The problem with those is that they're starting to get affected by the humidity in here, and this is what's happening here. They're just sort of melting, you know. So those are going to decompost very soon. Japanese peppers. I might have a chance of some flowers on those. There's flowers on them now, and the flowers look like they have been fertilized. So hopefully I'll get a couple of Japanese peppers. I can't see me eating any, but I want to have seeds for next year. Saladin, absolutely superb. That is a beautiful, beautiful cucumber. Long season, and look at the length of that boy there. That thing there is about 2 feet long. No, it's not. It's about 16 inches. Well, why don't we measure it just to stop me telling any lies? Sorry about the camera work there. I just had to get this thing out. Alright, what do we see? There's down to the bottom, and we're estimating that it is, I want to get this round so that you can see the graduations. From where I'm standing, that's about 16 inches. So that's pretty, and I'll tell you, the thing about the salad is they don't seem to lose their flavour once they get really big. These ones here, that's, believe it or not, is a mini munch, which is supposed to be like 3 to 4 inches long. That's about 8 inches. So it's, what do you call it? They get far too big. And that one there's a Japanese cucumber there. I'm saving these for seed, to see if I can get seed out of them, and then we'll take it from there. This is the ones that end up at the back, and you miss them, and then they get far too big. So the salad and good. Mini munch, reliable. That's about perfect size there for eating. So I'm happy with those. And they actually, it says with these ones, take the bottom shoots off up to about 1 foot, and then let them grow from there. I didn't. And they didn't do very well, but as soon as I took the bottom shoots off, as recommended, they just went up the trellis and started putting out loads of fruit, so I'm happy enough with that. Japanese chili, Japanese pepper again. I've got it there to try and get more sunshine on it, because it's getting sun from the east and the south then, and the west. It's about one of the best positions in the greenhouse. Despite the tomatoes, it does get quite a bit of sun. Seeing something happen. This chili here has jalapeno there. And I just see one little tiny one there. This is my big hope here. Luciola. Now the problem with this is those tomatoes are green, obviously you can see. As just before they turn red, they drop off with rot. So I don't know what's happening here. Then we have more mini munch. These are just 2 plants I had that I stuck in and let them go. Now, this plant here, as you can see, has got 2 little mini munches down the bottom, and if we follow that's coming off this plant here, so we follow that plant up and 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 up, we come to a Japanese cucumber. Now, what is going on here? I reckon we've got a touch of cross-fertilisation between Japanese cucumbers and mini munch, because there's definitely no way I put a Japanese cucumber in there. And look, there's another one. And another one. So something has maybe obviously fertilized the, what do you call it, the Japanese cucumber, and gone over here and fertilized this, or taken pollen from one and brought it to the other. That's amazing. So it looks like it probably is the same insect, because all those flowers are round together. So it must have just pollinated them all. But that's definitely a mini munch there, because that's what I've been taking off it all along. So interesting. So there you go, folks. That's it. My little greenhouse update. And as I say, look at the size of those tomatoes. Aren't those beautiful? Just put my hand in there to let you see. Those are. I'm really hoping. I've got big hopes for those. Now there's one there. Look, that's nearly ripe. And it's not rotted. So I'm really hoping that works out, because those look really nice. Right. So there you go, folks. That's it. Greenhouse update. And I was offline for a couple of days because the digger and the overhead telephone cable had a bit of a close encounter. Well, a very close encounter, and ripped the cable off the side of the house. So it's fixed now. I'm back online, and I really had to admit this, but you see, not having internet for 2 days, it's terrible. I had to even talk to my wife, you know. It was just awful, and she was in a state of shock. So there you go. All the best now. Bye bye.